Oh, you can't do that. Okay. Alright, hey, Charles Bryce here. Um, hey, it's Mr. Charles Bryce here. I can't do the flip camera on the video part of this thing for some reason. Anyway, here I am, Mr. Charles Bryce here. One of the things I got is a smart charger for the motorcycle. It's the beginning of the year, beginning of the riding season, and my battery's dead because I haven't charged it just like anybody else. I haven't ran it. I didn't put a battery reminder on it because they're in the way or whatever. Anyway, the battery is dead on it. So okay, I'm gonna charge it up. So first thing I do is I charge it up. But this particular charger I'm using is a smart charger, so it thinks that the battery's hooked up backwards. It's not. I checked it. It's got the right. It's covered. See this here? This here has 6 volts on it. This one right here has 6 volts on it, and this is where I put the negative one. Right? But the smart charger can't figure that out. It thinks it's hooked up wrong. So that's what the problem is. It's a smart charger. That's what the problem is. It can't take a dead battery and then make it alive again. It airs out before it really thinks it knows what the problem is. So what I'm going to do now, I have to find a stupid charger and be able to hook that type of connector to it. But we're not going to go that route. I think what I want to do is get a stupid charger if I can find one like this one. Oh look, this one already has a screw on it. That's probably from last year. This is probably the one I used. Anyway, this is one I used, and it said, hey, your cables are swapped. Whatever. It's a stupid smart charger. Anyway, we're gonna hook this one up to it. Because I think this is what I did last year. I hooked this one up to it because the nail is still in it. Right, just stick that on the positive. And then it just kind of hangs there. And then, oh gosh. How did I do this? I think it was a foot peg or something. Right? A foot peg. And then this was positive here. Whoa, that's kind of on the frame, isn't it? Oh, let's see if we can get it to just hang up in there. Be careful. Make sure you wash your hands. It's got lead in it, I'm sure. Oh, bummer. It's not gonna hold because it's the way it's situated in here. How about up under here? Oh, that ain't gonna work either. Anyway, do you see what the problem is? It's got the smart charger's kinda. Oh gosh, this is getting stupid. Can I just kind of... Oh, will it hold it? Let's see. What about that? If I stick that little plastic plug in it, will that... Hey, I think that's a winner. That little thing will hold it there. See, I got it stuck in the clip. If I'm lucky, it'll just hold it like that. Then plug this in and see what happens. Hey, the little red light's on. Hey, there you go. Let's see if it continues. Yeah, as far as I know, it's 12 volts. Anyway, we'll just have to put this stupid charger on it for a little bit. See if that'll get it there up to 12. And then we'll put the smart charger back on it. See, I've had the same problem with these. I've had the same problem with this Stanley over here. That thing. I've had a problem with that because it's like a super intelligent. It has an IQ of about 2001. Anyway, you can't really, if you do anything wrong or different or too low or whatever, it just airs out. Or try and float a lead acid, it'll just air out. It'll stay in FLO. It goes to FLO so quick you can't hardly charge anything. Anyway, that's that. So, anyway, the little red light's on. See, little red light. Okay. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Hey, thanks for watching. We're going to get all this charged up, and we got a ton of other stuff to do. That ain't the charger batteries isn't the only thing I got to do. Speaking of stuff that I have to do, I'm doing some battery charging. This is just one of them. I got the other battery charger that I need to do on the little KLX. That one needs to be charged. I got the Grand Hero Laredo charging up. And because I got the engine running, sounds like I need to change the oil. When the oil doesn't coat stuff up on the top end, it makes a little clatter, but only when you start it up. I think it means you got to change the oil. So we'll just change the oil on it. So it ain't coating the top end, it's staying coated. Let's see, what else? I mean, I don't drive it every day either, so it's not coating the top end. It's got a little moisture, but I know what's wrong with it. I'll have to go through on a video of things that are broke, things that are broke and what's wrong with them. Yeah, I'll do a video about that. Yeah, so I got a whole bunch of stuff. I got a long list of stuff that's broken, what's wrong with it. Anyway, I gotta clean up this mess. All this. I got all this. This is a fascia. This box has in a plastic bag of fascia for a Jeep Renegade. It's a rear fascia in the box. If you know of anybody that needs one, it's the plastic piece. Got some videos. I'm gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace and try and sell that for about 75 bucks. It looks pretty good with hardly any scratches. I put siliconed it up, and I got it boxed up, and then the forest fires came. So the forest fires are kind of smoke on the outside of the cardboard. It's been out here in the carport. But inside is that siliconed fascia. Probably sell it for about 75 bucks because it looks brand new. It doesn't have the little reflectors on it though, but I'm going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. That's my deep cell. I think it's 100 amp hour, but it needs to be, now I know, properly charged. That thing is the wrong way to charge it. This Stanley is the wrong way to charge it because this thing just crams current into it. This thing's for AGMs and for AGM and car batteries. That's the only thing this is for. If you charge anything else with this, deep lead acids, deep wet cells are not to be charged with this, because this thing's got the wrong current, the current delivery. This thing does not change between AGM and lead acid, and they're different, and that's wrong. You can't do a flooded with this one. You can do AGM, fine. It takes 20 amps. If it's the big enough one to pull over 20 amps, yeah, you can stick it on this. But flooded, no. It'll boil out a battery faster than you know, like this big legend here or something. It'll boil that battery out faster than you know what happened. You aren't supposed to use it with these. You have to use a low current stupid charger on something like this wet cell legend or this deep cell. Yeah, and then use low current. That thing you'd use about 10 amps to charge it over like 10 hours. This thing here, you would use like 5 or 6 amps over 10 hours to charge it. This motorcycle battery, it takes like 1 or 2 amps over about 10 hours. That's just the way it is. That's the flooded has a different charge capacity. This thing needs a new carburetor. It's leaking fuel out the car. There's a little hole in the carburetor, and it's leaking fuel all over the damn place. There isn't any other way to get. There's a little float in there that's stuck or something. So I got to order a new carburetor for it and put it on it. This is a smart charger too, which kind of renders it useless as well, especially for a dead battery. Anyway, I got to get one of these bicycles out, ride it around the block, either one, it don't matter. This one's got these little dampers that are broke. That one appears to be flat tires. Hopefully the forest fire smoke didn't get it to rust it out. I ought to just ride this, it works. And there's this, I ought to work out on it, but this is going to get turned into a human powered bicycle. You like lay the frame down and then put an axle on this and on this. Put an axle and then leave that loose or whatever. Put some kind of bracket across that to hold it flat. It makes like 7 foot whenever you lay it down flat, or 8. I think it's like 8 foot when you lay it down. Yeah, that thing's like 8 foot when you lay it down flat. And then you put an axle here, and then on the front of it, you put the front axle here. Use this as a backing. The part with the cables and all on it, that goes up in the air, and that turns into like a backing for the seat. And the bicycle part with the flywheel goes here with the chain and the drive and all. And then you put the axle here. This is the steering axle and attachments, and the flywheel and the chain drive all off the. Then you got to do a chain connection to the rear axle, which is attached back here. Now on the front, this is all steering. Back here, there's a chain drive to it. You either got to weld it or bolt it in, and then you put 4 wheels and tires on it. Through this, you put an axle, a pipe, and then you put an axle and a hub on both ends, and you do the same thing here. This one gets a drive on the end. This one just gets a steering attachment. and then I want to make a human power car out of it. Yeah, I gotta order a carburetor for that. This battery needs charging. The battery on this needs charging. I got these 2 toilets I gotta install, because these have a seat. I keep slapping my pecker on this seat of the toilet every time I sit down on the ones I got, so I gotta replace these. These have big long seats. The bowl's bigger too, and the water flushes differently. Good grief. Anyway, I'm going down a rabbit hole now, aren't I? Alright, y'all have a good one. Bye.